Jesus. Hello, everyone, and welcome
Wow.
back to D&D&D&D&D campaign number 2 of Black Ink and Blue Blood. When we last left off, the party managed to fight their way through the blizzard that swept through the south of Yav and make their way northeast to Tabedra Farms. The settlement where Caleb and Zephyr's adopted family originated, came into their nobility, and eventually became the kingdom of banditry that they are known to be today. As you all explore the abandoned farmland, littered with the bodies of those who fell victim to the sleeping curse that is now spreading into the wider Tabedran territories, some of you have resorted to creative methodologies. Caleb huffing salt to keep himself focused and awake. Lucian delightedly dipping into the addiction of sleep, only to be shaken awake by your party members time and time again. What's beginning to fight off exhaustion yourself. You all followed Zephyr after experimenting with the well, where you all know there to be something, but nothing physically seems to interact with it in any major way. And accompanying your tiniest rogue, you entered the main farmhouse, where there seems to only be the aging body of an elderly man clutching a book, having simply sat down in a chair and not gotten back out. But as you all started debating what to do next, a lullaby swept through, and Zephyr, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the bulk of the party managed to avoid going down. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe.
I know Tuco was fine.
Gil, or what's his, gave me one of his little potion things to keep me awake for a bit.
Alright. But as you all struggled and managed to keep yourselves awake through the attempt of this mysterious voice, you all heard what it offered you. A claim that it would protect you forevermore if you only give in to your growing desire to lie down and sleep. And that is where we'll pick back up. You all stand tensely in the foyer of the farmhouse. The voice does not return, and while you are still growing more and more tired by the moment, it seems the worst of that breeze of exhaustion has passed. Caleb, you're 2 doses of smelling salts in, trying to keep yourself conscious. Lucian, you feel like you've gone days without mental rest. You're hanging on with 2. And Tuco and Zephyr are fighting off sleep either through chemically induced awakeness or simply blocking out the sound and trying to stay as focused as possible. But nobody stays awake forever. As you all stand nervously in the foyer with nothing but each other, the empty space left by the voice, and the fallen body of the elderly man in the chair for company. There's a set of stairs on the right going up, and a door across the man's body on the other side of the room, leading to parts unknown. And of course, there is the rest of the village you can explore. What do you all wish to do?
Can I check out the door? Because we all know that that this thing is in the basement.
Possibly.
At least that's what we were last told.
Yes.
I've already blown up the well, so hopefully the rocks might have at least collapsed some of it.
You blew it up? What?
Yeah, I blew it up.
So we couldn't keep
Kind of
looking
like
at
how
it.
that. She has that like loading GIF expression on her face.
It's okay, don't think too hard. You might hurt yourself.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I can do it.
Yeah, try to think as much as possible, Lassie. You need to stay awake.
Give me something to think about.
Think about your girlfriend and how you're gonna go home to it when all this is over.
Yeah.
She has that very like sleepy, but also she's pretty.
All right. You're checking out the door on the other side of the body. What are the rest of you doing?
So I'm sorry. What is there to do?
So there's the door. You have to go, you essentially have to go past the guy's body to get to it, but there's a door that is checking out. There's a set of stairs on the right side of the room heading up further into the house. And of course, you guys haven't really explored the village itself in depth yet. You can go back outside and check that out if you want.
Yeah, he'd want to try and go for the door.
All right, so and Tuco the door.
All right,
Zephyr,
I'm
Caleb,
back.
Lucian. Hello.
I had to go grab my dinner.
No problem, I get it. So what are the rest of you doing?
What has happened?
You're in the house, stairs going up, and Tuco are checking out the door past the body, and nobody's explored the rest of the village yet.
You poke the body. I want to poke the body. I don't want to poke the body.
Zephyr put a big hole in it with his bow. Well, crossbow.
Yeah, he did what?
He shot the body, remember?
No, I don't remember.
Yeah, like as soon as we came in, we all got to hear the him shooting the body point blank.
I don't fucking remember that shit, but okay.
Are you okay, Lucian? You're having some mini issues?
I know, it's just really weird for
no,
you.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
I don't believe you.
You see Tuco just wince.
Zephyr, what are you doing?
I guess I'll follow what's his.
Okay, so
Wow.
3 of you heading for the door.
That's new.
Caleb, what are you doing?
Well, you're saying the creature was in the well. Is there anywhere that looks like it goes down?
Is hoping that in that door somewhere from there leads to the basement.
Alright, then we're gonna have a look.
Alright. Lucian, you good to follow, or do you want to stick and check out the body?
I'm gonna kneel down and just kind of inspect the body.
As you previously ascertained during the last session, same symptoms as the previous ones. They just fell asleep and didn't get back up. However, this body, assuming this has been here for a while, you don't imagine an explorer or adventurer came to this village, looked around, but then just sat in a chair and read a book. Body's probably been here for a while, yet it's perfectly preserved. Its hair's not even lost its color. Its eyes have not lost luster. It's expressionless and definitely dead, but preserved. Pickled, almost.
Could I cast Speak with
Well,
Dead?
that's quite the pickle.
And
No.
Lucian, you absolutely may.
I would like to speak with Dead.
All right, you're all still in the room when this happens, so you can all see this. Lucian, knock off a spell slot,
Yes, sir.
and you cast Speak with Dead on the ginger-haired old man in the chair. The body shifts. The fingers claw into the arms of the chair. The chair begins to rock until finally the eyes open, revealing a humble as life returns to them, revealing their natural color to be a very humble, kind of reddish auburn. He turns to you, Lucien, and stares with a very nonplussed expression. Doesn't seem particularly thrilled about being woken up.
As he looks upon me, there is no fuck given that day. What are you doing here?
This is my home.
Guys, we're in some old fucker's home. Zephyr,
Well, that was disrespectful.
Caleb,
Right?
she's just gonna call for the others. Okay. What is
They're
your
all in the
name?
room, so. He seems really irritated initially at the, blatant in-his-face disrespect. But as the spell encourages an answer, although, double-checking here, it's not necessarily forced, but it does have an option. He mulls over for a moment before seeming to simply just deign that, like he has nothing to lose by answering this particular question. Autolycus Pollenwick.
Does
She has that
name ring
expression.
any bells?
Yeah. She has that expression of the. She has that expression of who? Not do I know this name?
Caleb, roll history. Lucien, roll history at disadvantage.
And wasn't just like
It doesn't matter. I rolled the
how
same thing.
unfortunate.
I got a 19.
Let me see what my plus is.
Right. Let's get Lucien, and then we'll go from there. And again, everyone's in the room, so if anyone wants to.
That would be a dirty 20.
Caleb, you know the name a little bit better. He didn't talk about it often. It was a very closely guarded secret. But you had heard growing up that your father married into the Tabedra family. And eventually, you described yourself before as a somewhat curious child. Eventually, the question did come up of what was your family originally. He initially didn't want to answer, but finally, while having sipped a bit of the wine that night, he finally gave you an answer that his real last name before he married the queen was Pollenwick. The name Autolycus doesn't ring a bell, but you recognize Pollenwick as being your father's last name by birth.
Does Caleb know his father's first name?
Your father's first name is Anretnal.
Can you spell that on?
I got you. Lucien, go on.
Yeah, Caleb was gonna ask. I assume anybody can ask it a question right now, right?
Lucien, is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's fine with me.
All right. Let me give Lucien her info, and then you're free to go. Lucien, you do not recognize its association with the Kings, and that is, again, very closely guarded Tabedran information. However, the Pollenwick name does ring a bell to you. As mentioned, this settlement used to be a trade stop between 3 different kingdoms. As a result, your father at least had some awareness of it, albeit he had no personal dealings. Several nobles your father knew lived here and did their merchant operations here. The Pollenwick name you know to belong to a relatively well-off farming family. However, they were notably not one of the merchant lords. There were 3 different merchant lords, and the Pollenwicks were not one of them. The 3 ruling families of this village, by your father's count, were the Tabedrans, the Cheddars, and the Breakers.
So it's like kind of like familiar, but kind of like, oh, he's like, you know.
It's like friend of a friend, basically.
Yeah.
Or in
yeah,
your
yeah,
case,
yeah.
friend of a friend of a friend.
Right. So just be like, oh, I know, I don't know you personally, but I know your name. Um, Caleb,
Caleb, your
did you have
question?
a question? Yeah, Caleb, did you have a question?
I was going to ask, would you have happened to have known on retinol,
Stop.
Pollenwick?
That boy. That stain on my name. Stain on my family. I'm glad he's never coming back.
The creature that
What did he
guards
do?
the. Oh, sorry.
He took her from me. Jane, she was too little. Wasn't ready to have a baby. Him and that massive head of his. He took everything from me. And I made sure I never let him forget it. Then he married that girl and took off. Said that he would pay me back what he owed me. Never saw him again, and my life is better off for it. He's no son of mine.
Even in death, you're still this cruel.
What kind of boy kills his own mother?
Not like he can control how big his head was.
Ungrateful little brat should have known better.
Should have been born smaller.
You're damn right. Should have been more
Well,
like this mama. Sweet little thing she was.
Well, I suppose you should have done a better job of staying awake then, huh?
I just wanted to rest. Just for a little bit. Eyes were getting heavy.
I
Would you
totally
happen
get that.
to know of
'cause,
any
like,
things lurking about?
He brought it to the village. Said it was his last gift to his father. Too many wars. Too many battles. We were bleeding and starving, hemorrhaging money trying to pay for mercenaries to protect us. He said that this way, anyone who came here would stay nice and calm like. Said that he wanted to pay me back for all I'd done for him. Just when I thought that little bastard couldn't get any nastier.
Oh, you should have considered what you did for him. That would have told you everything.
Lucian, the spell has one question left before you run out.
where is the monster?
Some old man came, found it in the forest, trapped it in the basement, in the cellar. I was so tired.
Still alive.
Just help him sit down and just be like, it's okay. Go to sleep.
Caleb, Zephyr, your adoptive grandfather's eyes close and do not open again.
know.
Well, to the cellar.
I'm not sure what we learned there, but go ahead.
Well, at least we know where the fucking monster is. Or you don't have to be a fucking dick. Jeez.
What's his? Tuco next to you. You open the door past the body with a Tuco kind of poking your snout inside. You see this room leads to what appears to be a home bar. It's a fairly wide open space back when this was still a functioning farmhouse. It looks like this was once the family barn that has been repurposed since the family came into more money. You see barrels and casks on your right, and on the left, a wide bar that looks like it could fit the entire village if it wanted to, and a huge stock of liquor and spirits lining the wall behind it. And on the opposite side of the room from you, all the way across this massive bar, is a pair of cellar doors with a iron bar shoved through them and twisted to form an almost pretzel knot of metal.
Questions? Exercise for you.
Piece of cake. Can
I bet you
Caleb
fucking
was like-
can't.
Actually,
I
question:
will
is
bet
it?
you.
You said
Okay,
this is
one person.
iron.
Yeah, okay, one person at a time. What's this?
You said this was iron, correct?
It appears to just be a metal, but yeah, this appears to be, on closer inspection, yeah, some form of iron.
Then on that, in that case, I am going to break it because cold iron does not bend; it breaks.
Okay. Roll strength at disadvantage. We'll come back to you. Caleb, were you going to say something?
Oh yeah, Caleb was going to say. Alright, let's get this over with. I don't have all day with these smelling salts. They're gonna run out before you know it. Get
And
in,
Lucy-
deal with this thing. And get
Don't
out.
forget. To that, she'll just be like, "Don't forget, I have that great coffee."
That's that gruel you could hardly swallow.
At least I swallowed.
Sure.
We are all
Caleb.
children.
Caleb just kind of has a
I-
big expression and then snickers.
She
And
has that
Lu-
expression of like, she just was like, "Why are you laughing?"
And Lucian, were you going to say anything as well? It sounded like you were trying to earlier.
Oh yeah, she's like to what's his? Oh, I bet you like 1 gold that you can't fucking do it.
Trying to egg him on.
Of course she is.
Yeah.
She can't resist.
Nope.
All right. Zephyr,
Yeah,
Tuco,
and you heard her
anything from
last
the two of you?
comment.
What's that?
Just you and Zephyr, anything from the two of you. What's is just trying to bust open the lock on the cellar door.
What else is there to interact with?
As mentioned, there are casks of various alcohols, presumably, on the right. A huge open bar on the left with a bunch of spirits still in the liquor cabinet behind it. It appears this was a barn that was repurposed after the family came into more money.
Okay. Can he I guess can he have some of the good shit?
Yeah, go for it. And Zephyr, anything from you?
No.
After all, wait for what's this to try to prove himself.
Okay.
Never understands what Lucian's doing.
What's his make an unarmed attack?
Well, did you want an unarmed attack, or did you want Strength.
Unarmed attack. If you're trying to break it, unarmed strike.
Okay. Because that's different then. Okay.
I thought you said strength at disadvantage.
You did, but I think that was to try to bend it.
Yeah, because he said he was going to try and bend it initially.
No,
But
he said he was gonna break it.
Well,
no, yeah, and so yeah,
He
so
said
that's why.
it won't bend.
Yeah, so yeah, that's why I'm making it a attack roll instead, which is actually
26.
smart. Yeah, which is actually smart. Roll damage. It's smart here because it actually would have been in his current state much harder to bend it, even if it could bend.
Well, it's a automatic 6 damage.
Okay.
There's no roll for that one.
Yeah,
All right, just making sure.
Yeah, I was about to
Oh.
say.
Well, I wasn't sure if you, because if you get a proficiency, you can roll for it. So I want to make sure. You crack your metallic knuckles, form that kind of hammer fist with your 2 hands, and you break through the iron bar and yank the pieces out of the lock and send them skittering across the barn floor.
What's this smash?
Smash.
Pretty much.
To my word, I will hand him a gold and just give him a good pat on the back. Yeah.
Good job. What's this? When you need something broken, you're certainly the elf.
Yep.
Tuco, as you start pulling out various bottles and spirits, you are a little disappointed. It appears, given how much time has passed, none of these have kept and have been reduced to kind of vaguely alcoholic and foul-smelling sludge in the bottle. However, I will throw you a bone and say you do know these would still be flammable.
Yeah, then he'll keep them. That's mainly what he was hoping
There's
for.
no wine in there that's gotten finely aged.
Yeah, no, I even checked to make sure. Yeah, no, we are twice. This place is at twice the lifespan of even the wines that keep the longest.
Yeah, but wines can be like aged like for a long time.
They can be aged, but that you have to have them in a good environment for that. These are in bottles.
Oh, okay.
Tuco, you grab a few bottles of vaguely alcoholic sludge and rejoin your group as Zephyr. Your wait is rewarded. The cellar door is unlocked.
Look at that. Zephyr had patience rewarded. He will learn nothing from this.
Like maybe Zephyr actually learned patience from that patience.
Doubt it.
people.
If he didn't learn it from the temple, he's not going to learn it from the cellar door.
This is the moment where it all clicks for Zephyr. Wait.
It's like, oh shit, yeah, damn.
It worked.
Oh well.
Maybe
Yeah,
a
what do you guys
couple
wanna
more
do?
times of patience paying off will help.
I'm gonna just start walking into the door. Seems like a good idea. Let's go.
Alright. To save time, I'll
Anybody
say
have a light source?
I can make one. I think.
I will say, do you still have that jack-o'-lantern light?
Yeah.
I don't know. Do I still have that? I don't think it ever got added to my inventory.
I know you and Carol you and Carol kind of tossed it around for a while. I'll say since Carol left, I'd be willing to say you have it.
You know what I'm gonna do, Matthew?
I'm just
I'm
gonna
What are you
gonna
gonna do,
Just-
Lucian?
Bag of holding.
I'm
for the
gonna
jack-o'-lantern.
grab the big bad elf, Jeremy's character. I'm gonna cast.
Jeremy's character. We're at 115 episodes, and it's Jeremy's character.
I don't want to say Gil because then it's like Gil who, and I'm just like I don't fucking
Yeah,
know his
that's
name
fair. I'll
right
give you
now.
that. Alright, so what do you do? You grab what's his. What do you do?
I'm gonna grab him by the arms and I'm gonna stick him in the front and I'm gonna cast light on his metal arms and be like,
Alright.
Cast
ta-da!
life.
Light.
L-I-G-G. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought she was gonna bring his arms to life.
That'd be funny.
I'm
but...
a necromancer, not a
Oh no, they're moving all on
necromancer.
their own.
Sorry.
I can't control my arms.
Don't tempt me. I've actually done that to a cleric of mine before.
Ah, fuck me. No, light, not life.
Yeah, I get you.
Okay.
Also,
And I'll
don't
just be
tempt
like,
me,
like,
Manda.
It's like,
That
I'll just
story
do
at
that.
some point,
I'll just
Matthew.
do that. I'm gonna do like that. Vanna White, presenting. Ta-da!
All right, Caleb. As you're rifling through your bag for a light source, Lucian says a prayer, and his arm begins to glow brightly, which will allow you sight in darkness.
Oh, you have a glowing arm now. How does that feel? Is it tingly?
I guess you could say it's very enlightening.
You can't feel it, Caleb. It's not connected to his nerves.
It's connected
I
to
think
him.
that's
Look.
the.
Caleb points to where his arms meet his body. They do connect.
No, they probably numbed his nerves or some shit. I'm not a
They
surgeon.
move the arms.
I'm going to start walking.
All right, Zephyr.
He's like pinching his nose.
Lucian entirely tries to explain anatomy to Caleb.
Caleb's like,
Is
no,
that-
I understand that, but if it's not connected, how could he move them?
Zephyr will also walk.
Tuco, same for you.
I
imagine?
think
What's
I
that?
think that Lucian just.
Are you gonna go down to the cellar?
Yeah.
All right. As Lucian and Caleb debate what's his anatomy, the elf, the tiny lizard, and finally the underling make their way between the two of you and down into the cellar.
Caleb will go down too.
And that almost sounds like a bad joke, though, about the elf.
Yeah, an elf, a
Uh,
tiny lizard, and an underling walk into a bar.
Yeah.
And the lizard robs all of them blind.
I was gonna say the lizard walks away.
Oh.
I can do both. I can rob them blind and walk away.
Yeah, you know what? That's true. The two of you, or actually two, you all make your way down.
One of them
Into the
doesn't
cellar.
exist.
Wait, that's Monday's
it.
campaign, Matthew.
There's more than
Yeah.
two of us even. But
That's 3 times now. I've been genuinely tempted. Like, do I have another exhaustion roll? Nah,
We are
keep it organic.
Listen,
We are
listen,
trying his patience.
listen. I'm tired. She's tired. We're having fun.
As you all descend down into the cellar, the only light comes off of his arm that Lucian cast the spell on.
Since it's a cantrip, anytime it decides to putter out, I'll just recast it.
Gotcha. You all find yourself immediately met with a familiar set of smells. Sewage, gunpowder,
Ugh.
and smoke. Tuco, you and Lucian suspect you may be on the other end of your experiments at the side of the well. Dust fills the air, either being disturbed by your presence or your prior actions on the other side of town. It appears this cellar leads directly into the sewer system of the town. Looking around, you find yourself at the top of a set of stairs that lead down into a small stone room that has further casks of various alcohols, presumably the cider that this farm was famous for, as well as a few jars of colorful liquids on a shelf. And across the room from the stairs you're at is a wooden archway for support and a tunnel that appears to just be like natural mined out tunnel lines, and the faint moist trickle of there having once been a flow of sewage that is no longer present. The stagnant air hangs in the air. However, Tuco, it is not nearly as foul as the actual functioning sewers you're used to. Honestly, it's rather pleasant by your standards.
Hey Matthew, are there any jars with like
I feel like
eyeballs or brains in them?
And like,
No eyeballs or brains. However, Caleb, you do notice, like I said, there is quite a few that are just kind of colorful liquids. You see all sorts of different colors. This kind of bright, gleaming yellow, this kind of deep red. But most notably, Caleb, you notice the jar, the center of the line of shelf, is a rainbow tinted liquid in the jar. Caleb sees it, not you.
I am making a beeline.
Caleb's gonna like inspect the jar, maybe give it a little shake,
All right.
maybe give it a little smell.
Caleb, you make your way down into the cellar first. Getting a little ahead of the group, you reach up, being fairly short to kind of get up on your tiptoes, but you manage to slide the rainbow jar towards yourself and pull it down safely. All of you see Caleb kind of curiously inspect this jar of a strange rainbow liquid. Initially, Caleb, it seems, other than its color, kind of unremarkable. However, when you pop it open to smell it, immediately this kind of matchingly rainbow fume comes out, and when you smell it, it smells vile. It's this, you as Caleb don't have any frame of reference for what this smells like. It's just not pleasant. However, you, the person, would think the closest thing this smells like is gasoline.
Oh, fun.
You don't know what this is. It's pretty, but it doesn't smell good.
Caleb's gonna seal that back up.
Do I see this now?
Yeah. You see. Now that Caleb has interacted with it, yes, you see it.
Lucy just snatches it out of Caleb's hands.
I'm just gonna...
Like a thief stealing candy from a baby.
Like, oh! And I'm just gonna like start like collecting jars and just put them in my bag of holding.
All right. You have 8 jars of unknown liquids.
4.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually like the smell of gasoline.
Yeah, I met people who do. I get it.
It's not terrible.
I just figured for a person who's never smelled it before in a world like this, it probably is pretty startling
probably
at the
would.
very least.
Yeah, probably would be quite like,
Yeah.
what's this?
Yeah, for me, I like the smell of rubbing alcohol.
I like the smells of Sharpies.
Pretty much.
Oh,
All right, what are the rest of you doing?
I don't know.
Lucian and Caleb have entered the cellar officially. The rest of you are still hanging out on the stairs.
To help, Lucian will call out, "Tuco! I got cool stuff!"
wait, what?
Lucian calls up through the cellar, echoing down the tunnels that have been unexplored and up the stairs. Tuco, I got cool stuff.
I found it first.
And Tuco, if you're talking, you there you go.
I was trying to get myself unmuted this entire time.
No worries.
Oh no!
But yeah, Lucian calls up to you as Caleb and Lucian begin squabbling over their colorful liquid jars.
Oh my god. Yeah, to go see.
Caleb has an
all right,
excuse,
we would
Lucian
go down the
doesn't.
steps.
Alright, Tuco, as you approach, you see that Lucian and Caleb are arguing over 8 jars, 7 of which have just various colors, red, yellow, purple, and one of them is a mix of all of them to make a rainbow, which Caleb noted smells like... he doesn't have a word for it, but it smells like diesel.
Okay, diesel or gas? Those are 2 different distinct smells.
True, it smells like gasoline. habitually use them interchangeably, but yeah, it smells like gasoline.
I was saying, because someone who works with diesel like every day is like.
No, yeah, I get you. I get you. Good catch.
In here?
Zephyr, what's his? Anything from the two of you?
She grabbed all of them, or she just grabbed 4?
Caleb grabbed the rainbow one.
Oh no,
Lucian
she's
has
grabbing
grabbed the
all of
rest.
them.
Yeah.
They're trying to fight the rainbow one from Caleb, apparently.
Yeah, and Tuco's trying to
She is
mediate.
also a child.
I mean, going 3 days without sleep will do that to you.
Are there any others?
There are no more jars, however, you do see there are several barrels and casks.
Can I investigate those?
Absolutely, you may. Roll investigation, my good sir.
Well,
Zephyr, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go down the tunnel and, of course, keep my eye out for the creature, of course.
Roll perception. And you are in darkness in the tunnel itself, so disadvantage.
Okay.
Is that wrong? Because I know dark vision, even if yeah, okay. I was making sure I was remembering the rule correctly. All right. So yeah, just keep your result ready. We'll come back to you. What's his investigation?
17.
As you listen to Caleb, Lucian, and Tuco squabble behind you, you start investigating the casks and barrels, and you notice they don't smell like alcohol. They smell almost herbal. Popping open a barrel and looking inside, you're surprised to be greeted not with a flow of spirits or simply empty barrel. You're greeted with various odd-looking plants and what appear to be various bones and animal parts.
It is weed.
Sure.
Yeah, weed. When you have owl wings and mouse skulls and stuff.
You say that, but I bet you there's like some shady dealer that has their weed with a bunch of bones everywhere.
Yeah, dude, I get my meth out of crushed mouse skulls.
Hey,
Love it.
What the heck?
if it works, it works. Yeah.
Yeah, snort cat piss.
What the
I feel like people have snorted worse.
Yeah, that's fair. Alright, Zephyr, you're heading into the tunnel. But yeah, you're not necessarily sure what the exact purpose of all this is, but it's definitely not alcohol, at least as far as you know. You can't imagine what alcohol you would make out of. Just at a glance, you can see owl wings and feathers and, like I said, mouse skulls and various plants and herbs from the surrounding sprint wood. You're, again, not sure what purpose this is all meant to serve, but it's a lot of barrels of just seemingly random components.
Full of rat wing of owl.
I'll point them out to Lucian. If there's spell components, she might recognize them at least.
Full of
Maybe.
wing of owl.
Imagine-
Dick of
And-
snake.
Am I done hoarding? Am I done hoarding my jars, Matthew?
I'll say, Caleb, are you willing to give up the diesel-smelling rainbow jar?
Fine.
I mean, you don't have to. You found it first. I was just asking.
You know what? Just because it'd be funny, like, at one point he gets it away from Lucian and just shoves it in his bag of holding.
Alright. Lucian, you have 7 colorful jars. Tuco, you managed to get the 2 of them into a compromise of Lucian taking the less overtly pretty ones, but Caleb getting to keep the rainbow one he wanted.
But now it's not an even number.
Then give him another.
And
Thought
Caleb,
thinking
what's
about
your
if there's
favorite
any
color?
left.
there are unfortunately no jars. However, you do see what's asking over Lucian, and you can see at a glance, again, a barrel full of kind of random components.
Who goes? Tuco, do you want some?
Oh,
These
absolutely, I
jars?
want
I
some.
don't mind sharing. Okay. I'll just like hold open like the backpack, just be like, take whatever the fuck you want, or I can just keep them in the bag and we can just look them over later.
Caleb is gonna take a note from Zephyr and walk away.
Do you want to head into
And
the
then
tunnel,
one-
or
Yeah. Yeah, he'll head into the tunnel. He wants. He's getting tired of fucking around. He wants to get this done.
fair? All right. And Lucian and Tuco. Lucian, you're at disadvantage, but I would like the two of you to make me medicine checks, if you don't mind.
Medicine. I am proficient.
See if you can identify what all this crap is even for.
Sure. Oh my god, of course. You're
Not
not
one.
gonna fucking believe this.
12 plus 4.
I rolled 2 natural
so
20s.
six-
I rolled 2 natural 20s.
You're right. I don't believe it.
16.
Thank you. Tuco, as you and the exhausted elf begin to rifle through the barrel's contents, the two of you, being both doctors and chemists, actually do understand what this is all for, even if it's gobbledygook to what's is. Mouse skulls, owl feathers, these are ingredients you would use to make potions. That must be what's in the jars. It's interesting that they have an entire, basically, chemistry setup down here to make potions, and of all places to put it next to the sewer system. But at a glance, the two of you can identify that these barrels contain the ingredients that you would be able to make fool's gold, basically gold that could fool a merchant into believing it's true gold, and love potions.
Oh, Tugo's gonna make some love potions.
Oh, hell yeah.
Lucian doesn't need any. She's already got her lesbian girlfriend.
All right.
Now here's an in-setting ethics question for you, Matthew. In our setting, would it be considered like?
Yes, it is unethical. Love potions are very illegal.
I'll just be like, Tuco, you know what would be really funny is if we did make some fool's gold, like, coins. Don't you think that would be, like, super funny?
Like, I'm sorry, what I kind of missed some of that. What'd she say?
She wanted to know
she was
if
just
you thought it'd be
saying-
hilarious to make fool's gold.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, Tugo's like, oh, absolutely.
All right.
Also, did Caleb, before he left, did he hear them saying it was for love potions?
Tuco, that good with you?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Yeah, Caleb, as you're heading into the tunnels to join your brother, you overhear the doctors commenting that there's chemical ingredients to make fool's gold and love potions.
Hold on, I'm trying to remember where I was going with that.
We'll circle back to you.
A certain boy back in your village, maybe.
He doesn't need that though.
What's as the doctors start gathering up the skull.
Oh yeah, I remember what Caleb was gonna say now.
Go for it.
What are the ingredients for love potions? Is it like skull of rat, wing of owl, ass of bear, dick of snake?
Mostly a lot of dicks.
Is that true?
No.
No, yeah, Tuco is just fucking with you.
No, I know. I assumed as much. It's just I was just answering the question. But
So Lucian has that look on her face where she's like, but that's not
And
right.
Gil was really confused because he didn't know snakes had dicks.
Yeah,
They're
alright.
two-sided, aren't they?
I have no idea.
What's is as the doctors scavenge the chemical ingredients? What are you doing?
He is actually because he lost interest. He's not interested in the potions or ingredients. He's heading into the tunnel with Zephyr and Caleb.
All right.
Yeah,
Alright.
once Caleb makes his comment, he's gonna head back down.
Okay. And for the two doctors, you can, like, if you want, like, stop for a little bit and start brewing up potions. Do you want to do that now, or save that for later and just take the ingredients so you can make them later?
He wants to do it now. He wants to have a full stock.
Let's just stop everything and brew potions in this area
that's
that
what
is
they wanna do.
cursed with death sleep.
I'm deaf right now, so I don't care.
Lucian, do you wish to join Tuco or rejoin your party?
No. I'm totally joining Tuca. We're gonna team this. We're gonna work together.
To his credit, he would have them moving a ways away.
All right. I will say as a fun little just note that I thought you guys would find fun. The primary ingredient for love potions, I've actually mentioned this in this campaign before, is the feathers of a Strix, the blood-sucking owl creatures that you fought back in the Sundragon territories. And
Feather of Strix.
yeah, feather of Strix. And Tuco, it's a little fun, I imagine, popular trick of yours, making false gold out of rat skulls and sawdust.
Oh yeah, he totally would.
Specifically the, like, unintelligent rats, or the, like, human-like rats?
These ones are feral rats, although it technically can work with anything that's technically a rat. And you probably would get more gold for your skull if it was a bigger skull.
Oh, that's funny. I wonder
Yeah,
if underlings ever did that to their enemies.
Well, I never said he didn't.
You do have alchemist supplies on you, so you'll have no problem. Tuco, since Lucian's helping you, make me an alchemy supplies check at advantage. Basically, you're going to roll a d20, and in your case, this is going to be a +6, and you have advantage.
Net 20 plus 6, 26.
And I'm going to do guidance.
All right. And for fun, you may add a d4, just to see how good of shit you make.
Yeah, Tuco, he's in his art. He's in his element. He's whipping potions up here.
Yeah, so you can roll a d4 and add it to the 26.
I got a 4.
Nice. All right, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Nice.
So that's a 30.
Man, Tuco over here mixing potions with all 4 limbs.
I mean, this is literally what he was designed to do, basically, as a character.
Yeah, no, my character is written. He makes potions all the fucking time. It's his whole deal.
You leave the doctors to their work and join the rest of the party as Tuco, I should say Dr. Slitherite and Dr. Alephakir. Immediately, Tuco, you bust out your chemistry set, grab the rat skulls, sawdust, and Strix feathers, and begin mixing everything together to create a healthy supply of Fool's Gold and love potions.
Is it like an actual item, Fool's Gold?
Not Fool's Gold. However, you may. I will tell you how many once the brewing is complete. Fighter of Love.
I already added them.
Yeah. And Fool's Gold is not an actual item. But again, I will give you. Actually, I will add coins to your inventory and basically just distinguish them so that you can tell which ones are real and which ones are fake.
Cool.
And any of them that are, fake, you are free to. You can basically spend them, and if the person does not fall for it, then, or rather, if they do fall for it, then you can spend it as if they were a more valuable currency.
Okay.
Also. I mean, if you need a fictional, coin, just use Electrum.
I was actually just going to add Electrum to Tuco's inventory to represent the fake coins.
That's funny.
doing it too, so.
So yeah, so
Let's
just give me
see.
a minute, but I will circle back to you guys once the brewing is complete and tell you how many fake coins and how many doses of love potion you were able to get out of this.
Love potion.
Yeah, love potion.
Very illegal.
Zephyr, having entered the tunnels first, what was your perception you rolled earlier?
It was a dirty 20.
Thank you. Zephyr, you snake a bit ahead of the group and begin to investigate the tunnels. It's dark, and you try to keep your feet out of the worst of the mess. Everything is dusty and muggy and gross. You search for a while before a strange smell hits you, coming from further down the tunnel out of your range of vision. As mentioned, this cloud of dust from you guys disturbing the well is in the air, and you can smell Lucian's fire breath smoke, Tuco's gunpowder, and the natural rankness of the sewage. But a new smell that you weren't expecting hits you. The smell of rotting fish.
Thanks for all the fish.
No. Matthew, why? He's so tired. Why would you do this? Why would you fucking... Why?
Or fish.
Because I'm mean. I'm a mean little DM, I am.
You're so mean.
I don't know, but it smells fishy to me.
Yeah.
Lucian down here, she might have a heart attack and die.
Zephyr, you hear before you see that some of your party members have caught up to you.
Oh yes. Oh wait, yeah. His arm is glowing. Unless it wore off by now.
It's still going. It's more, yeah, because I imagine Zephyr's like sitting there quietly and thinking like, fish smell, that's odd. And then like immediately just smells fishy down here. Oh, don't let Lucian down here. And like the two of you just chatting up in this scary sewer tunnel where you don't know what's down here.
I love it.
Caleb and What's are just like shit posting.
Yeah, just guys being dudes. But Zephyr, you are still technically in the lead. What do you wish to do? Caleb and What's can do their own thing if they don't want to follow you. You can see there's tunnels offshooting. One heading to the left, which would directionally be northward. The major tunnel just continues forward. There is one that cuts to your immediate right. And if you squint, you can see further ahead is another one that cuts to the right, as well as another one that cuts to the left directly across from it. So 2 lefts, 2 rights, but 2 of them are closer, 2 of them are further.
Guess I will turn around and look at the remaining of the party and kind of shakes his head. Well, there's 3 of us and 3 tunnels.
4 tunnels.
4?
Yeah, 2 left, 2 right.
Oh.
I don't think it'd be very good for us to split up whenever we know there's a monster down here somewhere. So I may need to try to take this one at a time.
Have I arrived yet?
No, you
No,
2 are
you're
still
making
brewing.
potions.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
you're gonna
Yeah,
get
I'm
this
not
for a
doing that.
while.
Oh wait,
I'll circle back to you, don't worry.
my brain was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm just trying to give the explorers some time.
Yeah, no problem.
It's just gonna take a while.
Yeah, but I don't know about you, but I want to make it out of this alive.
I mean, I'm not really too worried about that, but I mean, well, do you have any leads on where we should go? Y'all were exploring the well. Let's.
Can Caleb think?
Well.
Okay, can Caleb do a little? What's it called? Like
Intelligence.
spatial. Like
Yeah, I trying to directionally get a vibe. Roll survival.
Now I'm trying to think of what the word is. It's like spatial awareness, maybe.
Yeah, that's the one. I mean, it's close enough.
Find clues to.
Yeah.
Okay. Survival. There it is. +1.
You're trying to use the video game mechanic of detect clues.
Yeah, doing like Assassin's Creed Eagle Vision.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to. Oh fuck. We're gonna have to use a lucky point on that
All right, lucky.
because that was a natural 1.
Its way leads in the opposite direction. Leads back up to the top of the house.
Okay, I got a 12.
Caleb, you're not necessarily spatially positive on the matter. However, I will say that as What's-His gleaming arm illuminates some of the area, you do notice some shards of broken glass outside of the tunnel on the right. The second tunnel on the right, to be specific. So it's like further down.
Well, there's some broken glass down that tunnel. Maybe we broke something. Whenever we, threw explosives down.
Possible.
Why y'all did that, I have no idea.
Yeah, there's worse things we've done.
We thought we saw something down there and thought maybe we could kill it outright and then be done already.
But then we discovered we're still tired.
Yeah, then we discovered that wasn't the case. And it's causing problems.
It's like, to be fair, this thing doesn't need to be very tough. It usually puts most things to sleep.
Either way. We're in this situation now. Good ways of any. We don't really have any other clue.
Let's give it a shot.
Let's have a look.
Zephyr, will you join them?
Let's have a look.
They say yes. Yeah.
Hey,
Let's go
just
check.
sure. Okay. Three of you make your way further down the tunnels. At a glance, the tunnels closest to you just lead deeper into darkness and out of sight. You don't see anything that immediately grabs your attention. As you approach the further tunnel on the right, you're careful not to step on the broken glass, since some of you don't have very secure footwear. You notice the smells are by far the most vicious out of this tunnel. Looking further down, you're able to see a faint light. However, the tunnel curves sharply to the right and out of sight. And you're not able to immediately see what's producing it. But you can see a light at the end of that tunnel, quite literally.
Yeah, let's go there. That looks promising.
Follow the light.
No! Don't go to the light!
Zephyr, good?
I kind of die inside every time I hear him typing.
Yeah, like half the time I'm not even saying anything useful. I'm just like deliberately screwing with you.
Just wanted to let you know I die a little bit inside.
Oh no, I'm. It's good to know.
Don't worry. He'll do it even more now.
Yeah.
I know.
He's gonna do it more just to fuck with you.
I know.
Because he's evil.
Because I'm evil. The three of you head down the tunnel, and you don't even need to go down the turn to the right. What you see stops you in your tracks. The light is the light of the sun. The tunnel stretches much further before you see this beam of sunlight, almost like this little halo carved into the ceiling. A pile of smoke-stained rocks at the bottom in this just pile. And looking up, Caleb, you see that the sunlight is slightly blocked and made kind of spotty by the piling of stones over the hole, as if like this cave-in like partially collapsed it, but some streaks of sunlight are still getting in.
Oh, we certainly
And-
achieved collapsement of the tunnel.
The smell of rotting fish is even fouler in this tunnel. And Zephyr, you noticed, as mentioned, there was always this kind of faint trickle of sewage, but none of you had really paid it too much mind. You know, it's a sewer, there's going to be water. But you realize whatever this is coming out of the rock pile, and Zephyr, looking closer, you realized you hadn't thought about it in the darkness, but seeing it in sunlight makes it obvious. This isn't water, sewage or otherwise. It's ink.
Oh no.
Bum.
You can see these splatters of ink that have caked into the walls, as if the impact of the rocks had popped something like a balloon.
That and the explosions probably helped too.
But beyond that, you can see no evidence of a skeleton, a calcified body, or a body of any kind. Just this river of ink that flows from this rock pile out into the sewers, and the smell of rotting fish in the air. The darkness of the ink highlighted by what little streaks of sunlight you're getting from the world above.
And Caleb, try to find any indication of where something, if anything, went from here.
So you're trying to see if something was in this area but then left?
Yeah, and figure out where it went.
Roll survival. We'll come back to you. Zephyr?
I'm like, all these items I can't use.
Yeah, I was looking at your inventory earlier to add some of your stuff in, and I was just like, you have so many items, and you can only use like a third of them at any time.
Third, it's like probably less than that. It's like an eighth of it. It's like.
Yeah. So what are you doing, bud?
Bud.
Why? He's my bud.
Yeah, buddy.
Buddy, old pal. God fucking damn it. There goes all my dice. No, I can't remember what my roll was.
Roll again.
Roll again. Yeah, roll again.
So you say there's a pile of rubble, right?
Yeah, just this huge, like, mountainous rock pile from where Tuco collapsed the well.
Alright, let's try this again.
I'm gonna spray water on it.
Just give it a good squirt.
Yeah, gotta clean it.
Can't drip water geyser.
Alright. What's this? Anything from you?
Can I look around it? Like, can I go around and see, like, if there's anything on the other side?
Roll investigation.
On the other side.
Hello from the other side.
I've tried to call 1,000 times.
All right, Caleb, survival.
Oh, 14.
All right, what's his investigation?
22.
Okay,
Wow.
Zephyr, you watch as your brother dips down into the ink and starts to look for signs of potential travel, see if something was here and got spooked and ran off, while What's-His gets closer to the pile and searches for signs of anything beneath it or around it. You, for your part, just whatever it is that's going through your head, you pop your decanter of endless water and unleash this jet of water. And to your credit, the smell of smoke and gunpowder does begin to thin, although the smell of rotting fish only gets worse.
By the way, since Caleb was like standing right over the ink, does Caleb get doused?
No, because I'm assuming you're shooting this at the rock pile, Zephyr?
Yeah, I was saying maybe.
So yeah, he's shooting at the rocks, not the ink. Although the flow does begin to increase a little bit.
So I was like, maybe I can move the rocks. The water pressure.
With the power of water.
I mean, it knocks objects. Knocks over objects and pushed 15 feet away from me.
Caleb, looking around, while granted you're not the expert tracker that Caro is, you're fairly confident nothing
Fortunately, we
left.
don't have our frog.
Yeah. You're fairly confident, as far as you can tell, that nothing, if there was anything here, nothing left. There would have been, like, dust and, from the looks of it, ink splatters. If there was something here, it definitely didn't leave, as far as you can tell. What's-His, as Zephyr shoots water at the rock pile and you kind of evade the jet, squeeze to the other side. Initially, it just looks like more gray, stony rubble, but your attention is grabbed by what appears to be a skeletal hand, jutting out almost like Wicked Witch of the West style from the rock pile. Tuco definitely hit something. Or someone.
Is it moving at all?
No, although it does appear to be a humanoid hand. Although
Okay,
I will say you note that it's a little bit larger than yours.
Matthew, if I remember
Interesting.
right, don't Ickerbeasts always cough a lot?
Yes, they're always, whenever they're unstable, they're always coughing and gagging on their own fluids.
And I imagine with this being a tunnel, it's very echoey.
Yes.
You think Caleb could try to listen to see if he can hear, like, the echoes of the coughing?
Absolutely you can. Roll perception.
Looking for coughing, so I'm on Pokemon.
That was good.
Yeah,
That
I
was
remember
good.
our Pokemon campaign. I remember everybody wanted to not do Pokemon.
I mean, we
And-
did Pokemon. We're just always.
Can I-
I'm working on a new draft of it that'll appeal to you guys' taste better, but that's neither here nor there.
Okay, so
So, yeah.
what am I rolling again?
Perception. Since you're relying on sound, you don't have disadvantage, so just flat roll.
Can I
And
try
what's
to
his?
uncover some of it? Like,
Of
to
course.
see if I can't figure out more about
I
it?
got a 17.
Okay. Zephyr, anything different from you, or are you just going to keep geysering?
You know what? Sure, let's keep using some water.
Keep on, guys.
All right. Yeah, endless water. Might as well.
Yeah.
Or mayonnaise, apparently.
Also true.
That's a different item. And it's not even endless.
Zephyr, as you continue to spray down the rock pile, I'll say at this point the foulest of the smells beyond the fish have dissipated. Caleb, you listen carefully to the surrounding tunnels to see if you can pick up the echoes of a wandering Ickerbeast. As you start kind of curiously pulling at some of the looser of the rocks to see if you can't uncover more of this hand. Caleb, you hear something. Not coming from the tunnels, but coming from the rock pile. In fact, all three of you hear it. this angelic singing voice. Do any of the three of you have a method of keeping yourself awake?
Caleb has the smelling salts.
Are
I'll
you willing to take
pass
another
the-
dose?
I guess I have to.
I could pass both of them the safer version that I got.
So what?
Safer
The
version.
creature started singing again.
Yeah, we're about to cut back to the two of you to see if you suffer any effects. But yeah, is like digging in the pile to see what got buried, and they started hearing the singing voice again. And is going to try and quickly toss them 2 doses of the keepy uppy potion.
I guess Caleb will use that.
All right, Zephyr.
We just left it buried in the rocks.
Now, there's a strategy by
Oh, you have a strategy.
Is
possibly.
it better than the last one?
Hey, it worked. Could I geyser myself? Could I water
you know what?
splash myself?
You know what? That is creative. I'll allow it.
Yes, like going to a sink, you splash yourself with water.
Alright. I guess I have to make a saving throw.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna say you will take a point of exhaustion, but you will not fall asleep. What?
I still have to, if I do the geyser, I have to still roll. Saving.
Oh, I see. Okay, yes, that you have to do. I thought you meant because of the singing. All right, and what's his? So Zephyr denies one of the potions, but Caleb accepts. Do you have a method to keep yourself awake?
He can't fall asleep by magic.
We've established you can become exhausted by it.
Yes, which will happen regardless of whatever he does.
Okay.
Regardless, if you take the potion, I think it.
Yeah, I think if you take the potion, you don't.
The potion basically puts it off. You'll suffer it at some point, but it puts it off so you're not immediately suffering the symptoms.
Basically,
That-
once it wears off, you're gonna get hit like a ton of bricks.
Yeah, like Caleb, you're on 3 hits now.
What's the
You're just
maximum?
so
6.
6 is where it just straight up kills you.
Alright.
You quickly clamber over the rocks and throw Caleb a dose. Zephyr, you turn your decanter on yourself and take the full force of the geyser. Saving throw.
Tis failed, so I need to roll a d4 for damage. And also,
Alright.
yes, I push myself. Oof.
Zephyr, you go tumbling into the ink as you jet yourself with a geyser of water, but it does its job. You stay conscious. Caleb, you quickly chug the potion. As an elf, you can't fall asleep, but the world around you begins to shift. All 3 of you, Caleb, you're on 3 points of exhaustion. However, you are not suffering symptoms yet. Just note that you basically, once everything wears off, you will be hit by all 3 at once. You are now officially level 3 exhausted with symptoms included. Zephyr, you are now on level 1 exhaustion. Lucian, Tuco. The party is gone for,
Yeah.
you'd estimate about 6-7 minutes. And the 2 of you managed to get a pretty good get a little good routine going. Lucian, it gives you something to focus on. Between the 2 of you,
Yeah.
you managed to brew 5 love potions, and you managed to produce 4,200 fake coins.
Oh hell yeah, that's gonna be great.
So you 2 brewed it together. You can choose how to distribute them amongst yourselves.
I have a feeling if you get caught
Um,
using fool's gold, you're probably gonna be in a lot of trouble.
Do you wanna go? Do you wanna go halvesies, Duke?
Absolutely.
All right, we'll
Yeah,
go
I
And
halvesies.
sleep.
All right, so Tuco, I'll take care of it for you, but Lucian, add 2,100 Electrum to your inventory. That will represent your fake coins. You can attempt to use them in any transaction, but if the merchant detects that they're fake, as Caleb mentioned, there may be consequences.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna have to have you tell me again.
You want to just put 1,200, and there are 5 love potions, which is an odd number. How do you guys want to divide the last one?
I only just want one, so you can have the rest.
That good with you, Tuco?
Yep.
All right, Tuco, I've added it to your inventory. You have 4 love potions and 1,200 fool's gold coins.
How do I add a love potion?
Fighter of love.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Okay.
Or filter, PHILTER of love.
Yeah, I was trying to spell it with an F.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You know, I have half a mind to just have him run in there and just lob a bunch of love potions at it to see if he can just tell it to shut the fuck up.
I mean, that was my idea.
Speaking of,
I got another plan.
as mentioned, while you guys are, Tuco and Lucian, you're pocketing your potions and making sure to not mix your fool's gold with your real gold. And Tuco, just as you're putting out the last of the chemical fires and stowing away your supplies, and Lucian begins to suggest regrouping with the party in the tunnels, that's when you begin to hear jetting water. The waters of the tunnel begin to rise, and the two of you begin to hear singing. Do either of the two of you have a method to keep yourselves
Yeah, he
awake?
still has the rope in his ears.
Okay, noted.
So he's been deaf this whole time.
Yeah, okay, so let's try and keep that into account with the role play, but yeah, okay, I will note that.
Oh, I just had he's reading lips.
All right, okay, noted. Lucian, how about you?
Yeah, I don't think she does.
Sorry, I had to sneeze. I don't.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to sneeze.
But she is an
Lucian.
elf.
Lucian, you are now level 4 exhausted.
Sweet.
That is how we lost our cleric.
Lucian, your body is racked with exhaustion. You want nothing more than just sit and meditate, put your mind at ease for a few hours. Just sit down and rest. Just for a little bit. A quick nap couldn't hurt. What's the harm? The world around you begins to shift as you shift into the dreamlands.
Can Chico start slapping the crap out of her?
Oh my god.
This bitch slaps Lucian.
Tuco, as you see
That's
Lucian's
right.
eyelids beginning to droop, you skitter over and just bam, bam, bam! Lucian, the world around you shifts back to normal, and you're still exhausted, but you're conscious.
You better stay with me, Sheila! We're gonna be traveling after this!
I want to sleep. I'm so fucking tired.
Lucian, you gotta sleep, you're dead! And I'm doing your corpse, how about that?
And I've died once another time. Jeez.
Chico just kind of puts his hands on his hips.
She just kind of does that tired squint.
Yeah, no. I think at that point, I'm trying to think of something. Trying to think of something here. Oh no! Yeah, no, never mind.
Okay.
I was initially thinking like if I set her cloak on fire, will that wake her up fully? But I'm like, oh, that could be dangerous.
Oh my god.
That
So-
could.
I think she would be literally mad at you because she just got that cloak.
So, Lucian, you're getting more exhausted by the moment, but you're both conscious and aware.
I'm just gonna.
And
Do short rests get rid of exhaustion?
I believe they need to be long rests.
Interesting.
Oh, I have another idea.
like- I'm just gonna be like, okay, if I'm gonna be up, let's just walk. I can't be sleeping if I'm walking, right?
You walk out of here. I got this, alright? Go on up.
No,
Try and
no,
get as
no.
far
I'm
away from this
fine. I'm
man as
fine.
you
I'm
can.
fine. No. I'm fine. I'm fine. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I will kick this thing in its face.
Do the two of you head into the tunnels? Oh, Tuco.
Yeah, Tuco just, he's annoyed.
All right. The two of you head into the tunnels where you can hear distant splashing as the rest of your party, whatever it is they've disturbed, is making a mess.
God, I'm gonna start having hallucinations.
Yep.
What's that?
I just fucking.
Uh,
It just fucking dawned on me.
Yeah. Basically, since you weren't here whenever this first got revealed. As mentioned, because she hasn't slept in several days, as far as her body can tell, she's going to start hallucinating, and the smell of rotting fish is a huge trigger.
Oh, yeah.
It was fire.
What, is it because
Yeah.
like her corpse was thrown or something, like in a fish pile?
No,
yeah,
there's
sorry.
actually in universe.
Yeah, there's an
background
in-character reason
thing.
that she's keeping secret for now.
Stop it! Get off of the computer!
Cats.
No, I do what I want.
The two of you, as quickly as you can, given Lucian's state, start making your way down the tunnel. And that's when the smell hits you. The one smell that Zephyr couldn't cleanse from the environment. Lucian, make a wisdom save.
Oh boy.
Oh, so I
And this
think
is a
whenever we get back to
disadvantage.
Caleb and them.
You're at disadvantage.
Matthew,
Yes.
I'm letting Nyx roll for me.
natural 1.
Well, there goes Lucian.
Well,
Off to La La Land.
Now Tuco has another idea.
No, let's.
Also,
Let's
whenever
see
we
what
get back
happens
to
this
the
time.
boys, Caleb has
Um,
something.
Alright, just keep it in mind. Tuco, you do your best to just keep track of Lucian while also not letting your guard down of your surroundings. And you notice her slow, sluggish, and uncoordinated movements suddenly abruptly stop. And as you turn, you see Lucian is just staring ahead with this 1,000-yard look. Her eyes completely lifeless and aggressively dilated. She's not asleep. Honestly, she doesn't even look tired at this point. She looks afraid.
Tuco is going to run up to her, grab her by the shoulders, and just start shaking her violently.
Lucian, make another wisdom save.
Oh boy.
And it's disadvantage, right? Because of exhaustion.
Yep.
I just swatted my cat off my bed. She like rolled herself right off the bed.
Natural 3? It was a 14 and a 3.
I wonder what happened to those double natural 20s you were rolling earlier.
I don't know.
Used up all the luck.
Yeah.
Lucian, you don't take in your surroundings. You don't even really fully register to go shaking you. You're home. You're with your brother.
Uga wants to light her cloak on fire.
I'm going to say with 2 triggers at once, making those rolls at disadvantage, you just automatically fail.
Okay.
Tuco,
thank
Lucian begins to curl into a ball and sob. As Lucian, or what do you say in the midst of a completely uncontrollable panic attack?
She's just apologizing profusely.
Ugo, he doesn't deal with this shit very well. So he's just kind of looking at it, kind of lost for words. Like he looks very, very uncomfortable before just gnashing his teeth and grabbing her and starting to like pick her up and carry her back. He's taking her out of this situation.
Okay. Boys. Caleb, you had something?
Yeah, Caleb was going to say, well, I guess if
Get to
it's
hear
stuck
what
in
I
that
saw.
rubble for now, maybe we should take the opportunity to go back to our cart outside of this area and let the people getting exhausted rest before we fight it. We can't get too exhausted against it or, you drop. And we don't know how often it can sing like that.
Well, I also had another idea.
What
It's
is
trapped. Let's just pour, like, there's a bunch of that old flammable liquor. Let's just burn it to death. We don't even have to get it out of the rubble. We'll just pour the liquor on it and then burn it, and when that runs out, we'll repeat until it's dead for good.
As you propose that plan and turn to the rock pile to kind of gesture indicatively, you're given pause. The waters around you are flowing much higher, almost up to your waist. As you recall, in the Dreamland, this town is still inhabited. And you see, on top of the rock pile, is a figure. Caleb and Zephyr, you do not see this. Only What's-His does. From the waist up, a beautiful woman. Her arms are unnaturally long, fingers gangly, and palms massive. Their eyes are blackened by ichor. Their hair is this beautiful, flowing orange. Although, as I mentioned when Zephyr saw this figure in their dream, it doesn't look like hair. It has this sheen to it. Shiny, almost plasticine. And from the waist down, the entire rock pile is encompassed by octopus tentacles. Orange matching the hair. They wrap around the rock piles. The figure gives a smile of fang-like teeth as they look down, not to you, What's-His. In fact, they don't even really seem to pay much attention to you. They look instead to Zephyr. She gives a smile and begins to climb down from her rock pile, the tentacles shifting to give her locomotion. Her body shifts from orange to a pink color as she gazes down at the lizard, who's basically waterboarding himself to stay conscious. And unlike the previous ichor beasts who spoke with a near constant gag that made them difficult to understand, her voice is understandable, but it's muffled to you, like she's speaking from underwater. So kind. So long without water. I offer you a gift for the family. But her brow furrows as Zephyr shakes himself awake with the water. Why don't you sleep? I'll protect you. The tentacles begin to wrap around Zephyr, but Zephyr, you don't see anything, you don't feel anything. What's-His, it's like Zephyr doesn't even notice what's happening.
Can I pull out my ionic axe and chop the tentacle?
Roll to hit.
From Caleb and
I don't
Zephyr's
quite agree with
perspective,
that.
That's...
And Caleb, what were you gonna say?
from
That's
Caleb
perfect.
and Zephyr's perspective,
He's just staring at Zephyr in horror and pulling out an axe and charging.
Yep.
can
48.
Caleb try to stop
Yeah.
him?
What's his roll to hit at disadvantage?
Oh,
Caleb, why do you exist to be a pest?
Excuse me?
21.
Caleb, you try to get in the way, but what's this just barrels past you. And Zephyr, as you brace for impact or to run, he strikes super wide from you. What's his roll damage?
Okay. That is 14. And then
What type
I
of
know
damage?
It's slashing.
And is the
I
ionic
could've
axe?
sw- Yeah, doesn't it do
Okay.
some other damage? I can't quite remember.
I think it's just a plus axe, which should already be included anyway.
Yeah, it's a +2.
All right, 14 you said?
Correct.
Okay. Also, Caleb, if you don't have it already, inspiration, because, you know, again, that's good to be in character. My calculator will load. There we go. Just keeping track of damage. All right. The rest of you see nothing. What's just whirls their axe at nothing, and nobody's hurt. You're just both very confused.
And Caleb
What?
just yells at him, "What the hell is wrong with you?"
It's here. We need to get out now. It's trying to get Zephyr. It likes the water.
What's
Did
his- the
Zephyr make it worse for once?
What's the tentacle you sever flails as it separates from the body. The creature gives a hiss and looks down at its injury, and it locks eyes with you. And its hair and tentacles go from pink to blood red. Make a dexterity save.
Oof.
$17.
Okay. Caleb, Zephyr, as gives his declaration, it's here, we need to get out, it's after Zephyr, and Caleb, you're trying to inquire as to if Zephyr had made the problem worse. Zephyr, in a sight that's disturbingly familiar to you, you just weren't expecting it from someone who wasn't you, ink bursts from What's-his eyes, like he just hemorrhaged. What's-his, you are now blinded. Nasty boy! I'm just trying to help. I think you need to sleep.
And
Yeah. After you.
can I step in soon?
Yeah, I was gonna say Tuco and Lucian. As Lucian, you're being pulled through the tunnel by Tuco. Lucian, you're startled briefly out of your panic by the distant shouts. It's a little difficult to make out, but you are able to distinctly make out what is shouting, "It's here."
Yeah, to which
Uh,
Tuco would stop in his tracks like, shit! Look, Sheila, you're really testing my patience right now. Stay awake! And before, like gathering his shit.
So I didn't quite hear exactly what I
That
saw.
was the end of the thought. Just, you are home, you're with your brother, and I wanted to leave the rest to you, so I didn't overstep.
Oh, okay. Okay. Lucian's just gonna. Do I see my brother? Or do I? What am I experiencing right now? As far as
You're
like
right now. You're lucid right now, but that may change when you go deeper into the tunnel.
All right, she's just like her face is like puffy. She's got like tear stains, little, boogers coming out. Uh, and she just like takes a big shuddering breath. We have to make sure that they're okay. We have to protect them.
I know. So you need to stay awake.
Let's go.
Sorry for being harsh, but I don't know how to deal with this. As he gestures to her crying.
That makes two of us.
All right.
And with that, yeah, he's gonna charge on through, because he's deaf right now anyway.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you will be there very briefly. Or rather, you will get there in a brief moment, I should, to be clear. Zephyr, Caleb, anything from you? Gives his declaration of intent and then makes a challenge to an opponent you can't see. As far as you can tell, is just so tired he's hallucinating.
Yeah, Caleb's not gonna buy that.
Well, you did have bloodshot eyes and like black pickle.
Yeah, ink just jettisoned out of his eyes.
But I guess I will proceed to you said the hand was out, right?
Yeah, had drawn attention to a skeletal hand on the other side of the rock pile.
I would like to cut the hand.
All right, Zephyr, you start darting. Given how fast you are, I'll say, yeah, I believe you. Yeah, bonus action dash. I'll say you can reach it.
I didn't think it was that far.
Oh yeah, because it's like on the other end of the tunnel. But again, you can reach it. I was just like doing the math in my head to make sure. Yeah, you're fast. You can make it. Caleb, anything from you?
Caleb was just gonna. Caleb was like, I thought we were leaving.
There's no way to get out now.
Ominous.
What are you doing now?
And he's going to attack again, but he's going off of just like hearing it. Because it's not being quiet, so he's going off of hearing alone.
Okay.
Oh, and he rages.
Okay. Roll to hit at disadvantage. And I'm going to say because you are blinded and exhausted, I'm basically going to give it I'm going to make it a little harder to hit than it normally would be.
Makes sense. Dirty 20.
That's actually just enough. Roll damage.
8 slashing.
Okay. And Ionic Axe?
Correct.
Okay. As you hear Zephyr splash by in a blur, you time it in your head before slashing out. You hear another and feel your Ionic Axe makes some preheated calamari before you feel claws dig into your shoulder. I said sleep. You take 45 psychic damage.
Oh, damn!
Shit.
That hits like a truck.
Yeah, your barbarian can't do shit to that. Can't defend
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's true. The barbarian cannot be resistant to that.
But
Yeah.
she can only do that attack against characters who are mechanically considered asleep.
Oh, interesting. But if you're not asleep, you can't see her. At least it seems like it.
Yeah. And then he's going to say,
Caleb's onto it.
yeah. And then he's going to say, and I said
That's
you
what I figured was
first.
going on.
ladies first, as the gentleman's way, as he keeps trying to slash at her.
Okay. What's his? Does a 19 hit?
No, it does not.
All right. You feel a hand lift free, and thinking quickly, you lift up your axe and manage to parry as her claws come down, as the two of you begin to fight viciously. Tuco, I will say it's at this point, you turn the corner. You see is bleeding black from the eyes and now from the shoulders, and is lifting up his axe to nothing. Caleb looks confused. And is standing by, and you manage to just catch Zephyr's tail disappearing over the other side of the rock pile.
Okay.
In front of me. Just attack in front of me.
Yeah, it's because it's gonna be funny to me. He's gonna use the filter of love, and he's going to just lob it in the direction that he gestured to.
Now, who does it hit? Please tell me it doesn't hit me. Please.
The sounds of it, I don't know if it hits them. I think you have to be attacked that form.
You're muted, honey.
Matt,
No, I was just checking like statistical stuff. All right, that's funny. All right, knock off one filter of love. And as you give throw it through the air, it shatters at his feet and begins to mix with the inky sewage. However, I will say, while the potion itself does not appear to take an immediate effect, you have now confirmed, yes, it is not invisible. If it isn't just hallucinating, it's something that can only attack while asleep.
So it can't attack him?
Basically, yeah, as far as you can tell, it doesn't seem like it can be a physical threat to you beyond its ability to put you to sleep, unless you yourself are asleep. However, that means you can do nothing to it in turn.
All right.
Yeah, because
So at that point, he's gonna like gesture to Lucian and like yell at her to throw one at it.
Lucian, you will be arriving momentarily.
That's just carrying her.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's right there.
Okay. Lucian, wisdom save.
Okay.
I was like, Lucian.
Disadvantage, right?
Yeah, because exhaustion.
Oh my god, what the fuck? This needs to go to jail. Natural 5.
Dice jail.
Lucian, the smell of rotting fish is so strong. You
Oh my
can't
God.
focus. You can't think. You just need to sleep. Tuco just needs to let you sleep just for a moment.
I'm gonna. Can I want to do something absolutely insane.
What do you want to do?
I would like to throw the love potion on Tuco.
You charmed him to doing while he's sleeping.
No.
Actually, this isn't a bad idea.
Oh yeah, you make a very good point.
At least so far, we can't think of a way to hurt it. Well,
Well,
not
but
going
I'm
into its
I'm
world.
thinking on the idea that she's gonna command Tuco to what to do, and he's gonna just do it.
Well, you can't see it, so.
Yeah.
Well, yes, she
Lucian-
can.
No,
She's asleep.
she's not asleep. You woke her up, remember?
Yeah, she's just dealing with a panic attack, but yeah, she's awake right now.
You woke her up,
Oh.
remember? You shook her
But
up.
for reasons that'll become clear momentarily, this actually isn't a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Lucian, you're so out of it, you can't focus, but one clear thought manages to cut through your head, and you uncork the potion of love you had taken and douse it over Tuco's head, and Tuco, it gets kind of mussed and rubbed into your fur.
You see this moment of horror on his expression? This look of horror, like, oh no. So do I have to
What
roll
have
to save
you
against
done?
it?
Not yet, because as mentioned, you have not. Nothing has seen you, and you have not seen it. Like other than
No,
your
do they,
immediate.
Matthew? They were asking if they make a save against the potion.
Oh no! It's if you look in its description, it just automatically takes effect.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Now you love me. Now you have
Oh
me.
yeah,
I
I
didn't
love you.
Yeah,
And
I was gonna
Tuco
say.
does very
Yeah.
fun things with those he
Okay.
loves.
I think that would depend
Yeah,
on what she's looking at.
Yeah. So I'll say Tuco. The next time you see a creature, if that creature is a species and gender you are normally attracted to, you consider that person your true love and are charmed by them.
He's a freak. Yeah, sure, why not?
Tuco, you look to
They like
Lucian,
elf women.
and
Yeah, he does.
come to think of it, she's very pretty. Everyone, please roll for initiative.
Oh boy.
What a way to start this fight!
Yeah,
I
you
love
get to
it.
see that look of horror.
Wonder
in
if you can
people for,
attack its, like,
pinpricks to,
physical-
like, them getting
No!
healed.
That's what I'm trying to do. That's what Zephyr
Yeah,
wants to
Zephyr's
attack the
trying
hand.
to. Zephyr wants to
hand.
see if he can do damage to its physical form.
Mm.
Now I roll good. Jeez.
No,
Jeez
yeah.
Louise!
Yeah, no, you can absolutely see him just
Initiative.
eyeing her the entire time and
I
getting
have
slowly getting
advantage on
closer.
initiative, I think.
I
don't know what I got it from.
Yeah,
She has
because of
one.
your awakening blade.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You just see him just like chuckling to himself, like, oh man.
Okay.
She's
So I
just
can roll twice.
now you have no choice.
Okay, that was cocked.
Yeah, as she says that, he proceeds to grab her by the shoulders and just pull her into a fucking kiss.
Ah.
Tuco, I will say for your benefit
Lock.
here, to be clear, while you are charmed by Lucian, the only thing you can't do
Are
is
you
attack her. So basically, you don't have to listen to her if you don't want to. You just can't attack her if you want to, and they have advantage on charisma checks against you. Other than
So
that,
yeah,
you're good.
he pulls her into a fucking kiss, and then proceeds to start rambling about his favorite potions to her. Basically, the equivalent of going on about Star Wars to your crush.
All right,
Love it.
So I
25
swear to
20.
God, I rolled sub 10 all 3 times.
I
Oof.
got a
For
23.
initiative?
Yes.
Yeah, I had advantage on initiative, and then I used a lucky point because both rolls were terrible, and then that roll was terrible. I literally
Maybe.
switched dice and it
And
still
with
rolled
initiative,
bad.
I have a 3, so 23.
Thank you.
I got a 24 or 25.
Alright.
Sorry.
All right. 20 to
24.
15. Thank you. 15 to 10.
I have 11.
All right. 15 and 11. Literally all of you get to go before you are now battling the Ink Agony.
Ooh.
Zephyr had 11. Caleb had 10. Was that right?
I had 15.
Oh, okay. All right, I put you in the right order. All right, so the turn order is Lucian, What's-His, Tuco, Zephyr, Caleb, and then the Ink Agony. Lucian, you're up. You're exhausted, you have no idea what's going on, and you're fighting back a panic attack the entire time. You're essentially earlier, we're just essentially acting at random. What do you wish to do?
I got Tuco. I'm gonna look at Tuco, and I'm gonna tell him, "You're going to leave me the fuck alone, and I'm gonna lay down and go the fuck to sleep. And then, if anything bad happens, you carry my ass out of here."
Not
Tuco,
a
you are-
problem, dearie.
That's a good boy. I give him like a little chin scratch.
You can see his hand starting to trail back towards her before, slowly, going back to his side again. The
Alright.
man is ready to jump you at any second. He's just waiting.
I'm gonna
Lucian?
curl. Then for my action, I would like to curl up in a ball and close my eyes.
Lucian, you close your eyes. It's so nice to sleep. When you open your eyes, you're underwater, and as you pull yourself to the surface, still exhausted and feeling unrested, you see is now wrestling with a massive medusoid octopus woman who looks to you and Tuco in befuddlement for a moment before locking eyes with you and giving a smile. Welcome. Feel free to sleep. You have a bonus action and your movement, but you've used your action.
Okay, so now for my bonus action, I would like. How far away am I?
You are 30 feet from the creature. Or, no, sorry,
Nice.
15 feet.
Okay, fuck it. I'm gonna use my bonus action to conjure my spiritual weapon.
Alright. And what form does your spiritual weapon take?
It is a scepter.
Alright. Roll to hit, and I believe since you are level 4 exhausted, I believe you have disadvantage on this. Yes. Roll to hit at disadvantage.
Okay. Please don't fuck me.
You saying that to the dice or to Tuco?
Both.
Wow.
21.
It's okay, because if Tuco was of his right mind, he would not want to fuck her either.
Tuco, you watch as the woman you're ready to sell your soul to closes her eyes only for a moment before abruptly getting back up, casting a spiritual weapon. And Lucian, what was the roll to hit?
21.
As a hit, roll damage.
Got that.
Yeah, remember, the elves don't actually physically sleep. They're just hallucinating, basically.
That would be 14 force damage.
Thank you.
As I hit her with a baseball bat.
The blunt damage doesn't appear to particularly phase her, but as she clutches at the wounded area, she turns and glares at you, and those of you who are physically asleep hear her. Again, those of you who are awake, just nothing's happening. The elves are just having breakdowns, but she glares at you, and elves are so rude.
There's just role playing right now.
Yeah, and you're being so not rude by making
Thank
people
you.
sarcasm.
Die.
Is that the end of your turn, Lucian?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, upon seeing that, I guess, Tuco take one of the things out of his ears, like, here it comes.
All right, noted. You're up. Tuco on deck.
Okay.
And you are currently still blinded.
Yeah, I figured. So he's gonna pull out his other ionic axe, and he's gonna make 3 attacks at this thing.
Roll to hit. All attacks have disadvantage.
Okay. First one is a dirty 20.
All right, that's a hit.
Hey, it helps that I have a plus 11 to hit,
Yeah.
and that is 13 slashing damage.
Okay. 13 slashing.
The next one is a 19.
That's a hit. You can just roll the hit rolls and then roll the damage all at once.
Oh, okay. Well, that's another 12 slashing.
Okay.
And 24 to hit.
That's a hit. Roll damage.
14 slashing.
Okay. Reaching out blindly to the creature attempting to strangle you, you just start waving your plasma axes in front of you, and the smell of cooking fish reaches you as the creature hisses and pulls away. Anything else on your turn?
When it pulls away, how far away does it go?
Oh, it's not moving. I'm just more like flavoring that's like pulling away from you because, you know.
Yeah. Well, if it tries to get out of my area, let me know. He's got a reaction.
Noted. Tuco, you're up. You pull the rope bundle out, and immediately you're exhausted. And you collapse. You take a point of exhaustion. However, since you had only taken the one, this doesn't really affect your ability to fight considerably. You just feel like you haven't slept all day, basically, which I imagine isn't even that foreign of a sensation for you.
Oh, yeah.
Tuco, from your perspective, the world shifts. You're underwater. You pull yourself to the surface, and now you too can behold the creature.
Tuco is going to immediately launch yet another fucking love potion at her.
Okay. Make a dexterity. This isn't an ability check, so you won't have disadvantage, but make me a dexterity check since it's an improvised ranged weapon.
Okay. 17. I don't see if I have anything else.
Whatever your dexterity stat is, add that. So plus 3. So dirty 20.
Okay. Nice.
Interesting fun fact about cephalopods like this. Did you know that, much like insects, a lot of them tend to intake things through their skin directly?
Oh, yummy.
Tuco, as you hurl your one of your precious love potions at the creature, she holds up a tentacle to block it from hitting her directly, thinking that'll protect her, and it shatters. And she gives you a smile, seeming to think that may have blocked the hit. But she looks confused for a moment. Her tentacles change color back to pink. And her gaze falls on Lucian.
Oh.
And a smile grows on her face.
Oh boy, typical.
Oh, is she jealous?
No, I think she doesn't find you attractive enough.
Yeah, Lucian's the only member of this party she finds attractive.
Oh, that's funny.
So.
Alright, Lucian, that's your action. Anything for your bonus action? Or movement?
Yeah, use it to your advantage, Lucien.
Okay, so I can do a bonus action, you
No,
said?
Tuco has a bonus action.
Yeah,
Oh,
you said
okay.
Lucian.
Yeah, at that point, let me see. You'd see his nose kind of twitch in annoyance a bit before just, whatever. And I would like him to, let me see here. I'm trying to see, I'm stuck on my spells list. I'm trying to see the weapons I've got.
Well, if you go to actions, you can just pull up, like, what your bonus actions options are.
Okay. I don't see it.
Alright, so go to
Oh,
actions.
okay.
There you go. Yeah, so any of those
I
you
would
can
like
do.
him to cast Healing Word on, what's the word?
What's this?
Yes. Yeah,
right.
what's his, there we are.
Alright, yep, he's absolutely within range. Roll a d4, add 2.
Okay.
And remember, these are your technologies and chemicals, not actual spells, so you can flavor this however you like.
Yeah, basically he launches a healing potion at him.
Alright. Before you roll, do you want to upcast this to heal a little bit more, or save the higher level spell slots in case you need them?
Save them for now.
Okay, so that's a first level spell slot. Roll 1d4, add 2.
4 plus 2. I have a
All right.
6.
What's his? You heal 6 HP as Tuco launches a pink potion at the monster, and then a red potion at you. And as it breaks against your skin, you realize the glass is made of that kind of like that like glass that's deliberately designed for actors to get hit with. That is actually a real thing. So it doesn't actually seriously it doesn't injure
His
you.
beakers are designed to shatter.
Yeah, and some of your wounds begin to close.
How's my sight?
You're still blind at the moment.
I'm just saying, man, it's such a invigorating fight. Tuco's unconscious, and
No, yeah, and I was actually going to say, thank you for reminding me. I was actually about to bring this up. Tuco, as you start going into your pockets to find other chemicals, you turn and you're greeted with a strange sight. While Lucian and What's His being elves just get back up and keep going, even as exhaustion slowly kills them, you see your own body face down in the water, unconscious.
Oh.
Yeah.
You realize with horror that if Caleb and Zephyr go down and something in this fight goes tits up for the elves, you might end up drowning down here and be forced to watch the entire time.
Well, that's no fun. Yeah, he would just be. He would kind of look at that like, oh, bother. Before like looking back to like the rest of the fight.
All right.
Yeah. So I get. Yeah, it's the end of my turn.
All right. Zephyr, you're up. Caleb on deck. Zephyr, you make your way over the rock pile and you see it. The skeletal hand. What's is it seen? What do you do?
Well, I guess I will. Best way to do this would be to start cutting.
Roll to hit.
Alright. Oof. Bad roll. 13.
That's a hit. Roll damage.
8.
Zephyr, you begin to saw and cut before. And you're just trying to sever this, or what are you trying to do? Just so I know.
Yeah. He'll try to. I guess he'll try to separate it. He's just trying to see if cutting this will do anything, basically.
Okay. Zephyr, you saw and cut, and managed to sever the hand from its skeletal wrist. And as this powdery, calcified ichor pours out into the sewage, do you have any way to keep yourself awake?
Oh, god damn it.
It's Elsa. It's Monster Elsa.
It was like, can we stop fucking with the damn body?
Caleb, you actually don't hear this one. This is just Zephyr.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Well, the only way I have a way to counter it is blasted myself with water.
Which I imagine is an action.
What?
Oh, yeah.
I
What?
mean,
You guys...
I can still use it because I can bonus action use it up.
You've just been waterboarding yourself for the past like hour.
Let's see.
Yeah, where do you think all the water that took us drowning in came from?
Yeah, I can
Oh,
hold-
no.
I can
Let's not
use-
be unreal. Only half of that is Zephyr's fault. Yes, Zephyr, can you do that as a bonus action?
I mean, I could do fast hands. Use an object as a bonus action.
I'm willing to negotiate it, but I'm not sure if that counts. Because usually the item specifies, like, as an action you can do this, and it's use an object, not necessarily like a magic item.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I will be fine with any way you wish.
Yeah, I'm gonna... I'll say because fast hands would otherwise be kind of circumstantial, I'm willing to allow it. Zephyr, as you hear the dreaded song, you do take a point of exhaustion, but you immediately uncork Geyser. Roll your save.
Hey, just barely make it. 13.
All right. Zephyr, you stay focused. Stay awake. Stay awake. You're dripping wet at this point. Your suit is soaked. And
Probably still cold out.
yes, very. But more damningly, you're not sure. You can't see the creature, granted, if it's even real, but it doesn't appear to have had any effect. Anything else on your turn, Zeph?
Nope.
All right. Caleb, you're up. Lucian, you'll be back up after the monster goes.
Caleb doesn't know what the fuck is going on right now.
Very true. Tuco just pulled out an earplug and dropped into the water. Zephyr's gone,
Does
and
he
the elf
see
are
that
fighting
he's
nothing.
face first in the water?
Yeah, he does. He
Yes,
just
you
can't
do.
do shit about it.
Is Caleb allowed to move him?
Absolutely, you can.
Is that going to be an action?
I will count this as an interaction as long as you don't wake him up.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, at this point, you might as well.
Yeah, he'll flip. I guess for one, he'll flip him back over.
All right. Caleb, still working through the salts. You run to the rat and flip him so that his nose and mouth are out of the water, and allowing him to take a few steady sleeping breaths.
You see Tuco
Caleb
like
remembered the flammable sludge.
Tuco, would you allow Caleb to use an item in your inventory?
Sure. Tuco is very much like, you have my blessing. Do whatever you want.
All right.
Passed out.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
all.
more just for play reference. All right, Caleb. Yes, you recall Tuco grabbed some alcoholic sludge that has definitely gone bad, but should still be flammable.
Yeah, because
Hey,
Tuco's
if
next
it's like
action, he's gonna grenade the fuck out of her with frag grenades.
Yeah, it's like Caleb's just gonna look to Zephyr and be like, "Alright, Zephyr, if this is really their body, I know one way to get rid of it." And Caleb's gonna douse it in flammable liquid.
All right,
Oh my god.
Just douse the pile.
Caleb grabbing a few bottles of sludge from Tuco's pockets. You run across the quote-unquote battlefield, which is just two insane elves and a sleeping underling, and begin
Super
dousing the
insane.
rock pile in alcoholic sludge.
The most intense
And then
battle ever.
Can Caleb use his
Only if you have a bonus action that will allow you to create a spark of some kind.
Damn, that's a fucking action.
Given that you're starting a fire in a battle, yeah.
Yeah, that could change.
Oh, alright, Tuco's actually gonna set up anything on fire. Like, he's gonna use an explosion grenade, so.
I don't think that's gonna work.
Well, we don't know if it had an effect yet because we can't see it.
The problem is I don't think that would work anyways because you're in a dream world. Your actions would.
I'm not in the dream world.
No, she's saying she's.
Yeah,
just setting-
Tuco's in the dream world, so
Okay.
like the grenades won't physically affect reality, but it will hurt the monster.
I mean, okay, level with me, Matthew. It's a bit. It's a bit of a roundabout way.
You have to go to
listening.
But-
sleep.
No,
So,
no, like, I'll hear him out. What's your idea?
so according to two-weapon fighting, if I use a weapon with a thrown property, I can throw another weapon instead of making a melee attack.
Yes.
So, could I try sparking it by throwing the dagger +1 at the rocks?
Zephyr, I'll say, as our resident rules lawyer, are you okay with that?
That's up to you. I don't know. I mean,
You take an attack. Whenever you take. An
I
attack
say
action,
again.
attack with a.
I want to see her cook.
I'll say, because you used your action to not attack, and this isn't an attack either, I will allow it.
Okay.
Caleb, for my reference, where are you standing when you do this?
He'll stand back a bit, obviously.
This is
All right.
the worst day for Lucian.
Caleb, retrieving a dagger, you fling it at the rocks. Spark. Zephyr, make a dex save.
That is the one problem. He couldn't get Zephyr out of the way. Because that would involve an action.
15.
Not bad.
Okie dokie. Artichoke.
Are you awake
do
yet, Zephyr?
Zephyr never was asleep.
Well, but not after this, you won't.
Yeah, no kidding. Alright, Zeph, I believe as a rogue you should... I forget, is the evasion thing just natural, or do you have to deliberately use it?
It's natural, yeah.
Alright, you do succeed the save, so does that mean you just take no damage from this?
Let's see what you're talking about. Yeah, evasion. Whenever subject to dex saving throw that only takes half damage, I take no damage instead if I succeed.
Okay, then you're fine. Zephyr, thinking quickly. I'll say for fun, how do you want to go about it? You basically completely avoid the explosion. How do you want to flavor that?
Well, I mean, I was focused on the hand, so he just suddenly a burst of flame starts flying towards him. But he's just going to I guess, he'll do a backflip.
Alright. Zephyr, on pure instinct, you flip out of the way as the pile of rubble that's already coated in ash and loose gunpowder goes up in flames, and the tunnel begins to fill with smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb, is that the end of your turn?
I guess that's all he can do. He's just gonna hope that did something.
Alright.
Find out.
It is now the Inked Agony's turn. She looks around as more and more party members are falling under her spell, but she's becoming increasingly distressed at the nature of what's happening.
Go to sleep.
Crash.
following
For the
orders.
love of God, do not crash.
Alright.
Please get out of this freeze, you stupid fucking game.
Let's see. What is she gonna do? That's a good question.
So it
What's
has
it-
no effect. Damn it!
You take 45 psychic damage.
Oh, Lucian, by
I
the
thought
way.
like
she's
the
in
way
love
you
with
described
you
it made it
can
seem
never
like you
stop.
could fight her in a way to not take that 45 damage, but apparently that is not the case.
Well, the 45 damage is not sleeping, that's just her attack while sleeping.
He said she can only do that while you're asleep, but you
Yeah.
can only fight her while you're asleep, so moot point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in you're in a battle with her. It's only fair that she can hurt you then.
45 damage is quite a lot.
You
Yeah,
guys
that's-
are level 10.
That's
and
what
there's
I'm here
5
for.
of you.
I
I
guess.
soak up all the heavy hits.
I don't know. I guess I'm still used to lower levels where that was like nearly
Insta
lethal.
death, yeah. Yeah, so you
Damn
take
it, this
45
fucking
psychic.
game's frozen as shit.
I didn't hear what Teresa said to Lucian.
Oh,
Jacob?
I was
you
gonna say,
bastard game.
I was gonna say that she's under your control. Like you can literally order her
Okay.
to stop.
And
I am
Lucian,
very aware.
as she turns to you, she gives a kind smile. It's so warm and friendly. And she holds out a hand to you, and... You work so hard. You deserve a rest. And you heal 45 hit points.
Ooh.
I was like, Is she under her control?
She does not obey commands, but she does regard Lucian as an ally, hence healing her.
Yeah.
And
Does
that
healing
is...
get rid of exhaustion?
No, I checked. You need to get a long rest or have an effect that specifically gets rid of exhaustion.
Interesting. Oh shit.
Lucian, you're up. What's is on deck?
My next build, I'll do like an exhaustion build.
Oh
okay.
my.
Okay.
Coffee lock, baby.
So she's looking at me and she's smiling at me, right?
Yeah, she looks. She adores you.
Okay. I'll just kind of like give like a little curtsy. Why do you fight us?
I'm not
Can't you
fighting
just-
you. I just want you to sleep. You're also tired. Dreams are lovely things, aren't they?
Not
As
really.
Lucian, her healing you 45 hit points. What she's effectively doing when she does that is when it heals you, she's giving you a good dream. And when it damages you, she's giving you a nightmare. Lucian, your previous panic and fear fades as she calms you. This is what I was built for. To calm.
People are dying now.
Yeah, people are dying and they're having
Maybe in
bad.
your world, but in mine, they live on forever.
People aren't meant to live forever.
The words of a small mind. But it's okay. I forgive you. Rest now, and I'll take care of you. All of you, even your rude friends.
They're only being that way because you've hurt people and they just don't understand why you're hurting people.
Nobody is hurt. Do you see any wounds?
Do I see any wounds?
What's this?
Yeah, I just kind of like give her that oh come on face, and then I'll gesture at what's his.
He was being rude to me.
If we stop fighting, will
Yes.
you?
Stop
Will you,
fighting.
will you give
Rest.
us? Will you give us answers?
She gives a wicked smile. All the answers you could want.
I don't trust it.
Do I trust it? Do I trust
Roll insight.
Okay. Disadvantage. Okay.
Oh yeah, is it my turn yet?
Not
Technically,
yet.
it's still Lucian's turn. This is just dialogue. Although, do you have? You can still talk. You can talk freely. You just can't like start shooting yet or anything. But you can talk freely.
18 plus whatever.
She seems to believe what she's saying.
She kind of gives that pitiful look.
Lucian, we got a
I'm
job to do.
I'm going to. I still have an action, right?
Yeah, it's still your turn.
Okay. God help me here. I'm going to cast.
I swear, if you
You're-
heal her,
Are we? How close am I? Am I like 30 feet?
You are 15 feet away from her.
Perfect, perfect. I'm gonna cast Spiritual Guardians at 5th level.
Okay.
is that gonna hit me too?
No,
Finish
you can
it.
I
say-
don't. I think it
The other
automatically
night.
doesn't hit allies.
Yeah.
And then I would like to say something, as I do.
Okay.
I would like to- I would like to say, not your fault that you're like this. I will relieve you of your pain or whatever. Something cool. I can't think of it.
No, that's pretty good. Okay.
I'll relieve you of your pain or whatever. Yeah.
And to be
Yeah,
fair, Lucian's going on 4 days now without sleep. I'd be pretty
Yeah.
impressed if she could.
It's just
Give me someone who can go like a day and still think of a badass line.
No, I'm just thinking, man, just emo
Ooh.
cleric. I guess I'll heal you, whatever. You know.
The edgy rogue becomes a cleric.
And they fail the save.
Sweet. Great. I will roll the damage, and it's necrotic damage, by the way.
Thank you.
Does that break the love potion?
No, the love potion does
that's-
not give a condition for it to wear off. I think it's just with time.
That will be a 24 necrotic damage.
Okay.
Maybe ask her if she can heal the rest of us.
Right after.
Lucian,
attacking
you can still talk freely.
I'll kind of add.
Yeah, it's kind of too late for that.
Yeah, I'll
You
kind
can
of
try.
add.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll
love
kinda
is crazy,
add-
bro.
well,
Love
yeah,
is blind.
no, Give me a.
What?
Give me a fucking second to say something. I'll say, if you truly do love me like you think you do, you would help my friends regardless of their actions.
Roll persuasion.
Ooh.
Yeah, it would be a flat roll because of the fact that you have disadvantage.
Yes.
It would be a
is
flat roll.
roll,
Yeah, because the
isn't
advantage and
it?
disadvantage cancel each other out. So yeah, you have a flat roll.
Okay. Let's see. What is my plus to my persuasion?
Did that actually work?
Let's see. I have to see what she rolled first.
I'm looking to see what my plus
Yeah,
is.
I don't know how I feel about this. This is kind of fucked up.
At
I
least
don't
you
know how I
I'm gonna
feel
say,
about this.
At least you don't know about it. You know?
That's gonna be
I feel like
That's
I
gonna
feel
be
like
a
a
20
love potion should be broken
23.
by attacking them.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I said they were illegal for a reason.
Oh, I love them so.
Well,
But-
Did you hear me, Matthew?
Yeah, one more time, please.
23.
She pauses, looks to What's-His bleeding all over her hands, to Tuco barely rescued from drowning, and to you, the love of her life, begging. She gives a sigh. Her tentacles shift back to a neutral orange. For you. On one condition.
What is it?
Sleep.
I mean, that's about right.
Is it an action to lay down and go to sleep?
That will depend. For the rest of you. Caleb and Zephyr, you still cannot hear the monster's responses. You just hear Lucian's end of the conversation. But the rest of you can see and hear everything. Are all of you willing to lay down your arms if the monster stops attacking?
No.
No. No,
Then-
I don't.
She's attacking him anyways. I don't think.
I don't trust it because of the fact that even if we do stop, they won't because they don't see anything wrong with what they're doing. So
Okay.
it's just the
Caleb has
vicious
no
cycle is
intention
never
of-
going to stop.
Caleb has no intention of dying in this shithole.
Literally.
Yeah, the
As-
fish hole.
As the creature smiles and relinquishes its grip on What's-Is and begins to slink towards Lucian. Lucian, you close your eyes and lean against the sewer wall as you fall into a meditative trance. The rest of the party readies weapons, and What's-Is, you wipe at your eyes and you manage to get the last of the ink out. You can see again.
Yeah.
And as the creature has its back to you and is moving away from you, you raise your weapon to strike as all of you move in to finish what you started.
Well,
Whether
Caleb
the
and
creature
Zephyr
fights
can't
back
do
or not.
anything.
I'm just being dramatic.
I got plans, maybe. I don't know.
How far has it gotten away from me?
Mechanically, no distance at all, because that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
No.
We weren't
Oh.
finishing that fight
Nice.
tonight. It's like, you think Caleb's
Aw,
gonna lay down his
man.
weapons? Fuck no!
I can keep
All right, I'm gonna head off to bed.
Hope you had fun.
Yeah.
Any complaints?
No.
Okay. I'll see you in a bit then.
Why?
Okay. Things are getting interesting. As exhaustion in the party builds, even those who were previously unaffected beginning to feel its effects, you have all encountered the monster of Tabedra Farms that has haunted it for over a decade, putting all who come to sleep in a seeming intent to preserve them. Seeing no error in its actions, and unlike every other Ichor beast you've met, seems to have a certain degree of coherent thought and sentience. Even Theta did not think and speak this coherently and clearly. And all she wants is for the exhausted bunch of you to just lay your pretty heads down and rest. That sounds nice, doesn't it? Check out our website at officiald5hub.info, down for maintenance at the moment, but soon to be resurrected from the grave by a very sleepy necromancer. Check out our link in chat to join our official D5 Discord server if you want to hang out with us directly. Support our episodes posted on Apple Podcasts, Pandora, Google Podcasts, and the iHeart Podcast Network, wherever you happen to get them from. Yes, this is ASMR, Zephyr.
Yes, I thought.
Like, very calm and soothing voice.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
For our
you're gonna
audio
put me to
listeners.
sleep in this.
Oh, it's almost like that's the objective. Very good observation, Lucian.
Thank you.
For our audio listeners, catch us live on Tuesdays at 7 o'clock Central Daylight Time on twitch.tv/Odd Tornado Productions. Check out Odd Tornado Productions Official on Tumblr to find links to our other works, including our Human Rogues Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Killer5. That is 5 with a PH. Don't get it wrong. If you enjoy what we do, please support us on Patreon. That link to be posted in chat. On Ko-fi at ko-fi.com/Odd Tornado Productions. And follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/tornadoodd. That little T and O, they're capitalized too. If you want to see more of this party, plus or minus a few, tune in Mondays. Tune in Mondays at 7 o'clock Central Daylight Time for our Monday game, Under Locks and Keys, featuring a party of globe-trotting treasure hunters assembling the artifacts of the gods in a race against technology-worshipping cultists. Thanks everyone at the table so much for playing. Thanks everyone at home so much for watching. And we'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.